Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. Make sure you check out the NoDQ.com and NoDQ&A video t-shirts, which are now available on ProWrestlingTees.com. Help show your support by buying a t-shirt. Now some of you out there might be saying, I'm too embarrassed to be wearing a wrestling shirt like that in public. But here's the thing, how many people out there that don't watch wrestling are going to recognize the shirt as a wrestling shirt? So ask yourself that. And also, if all else fails, you can wear the shirt indoors as a nighttime shirt or a workout shirt. Either way, you're helping support the videos and NoDQ.com. So I appreciate every person out there that buys a t-shirt. Thank you guys that have bought one so far, and you can still do so by checking out the link at ProWrestlingTees.com. Enough of that. Let's get down to your questions. First one today comes from WWE Fan 5. Hey Aaron, what did you think of NXT Rival? Another really strong NXT program. Once again, the NXT brand continues to deliver quality wrestling matches from start to finish. Really good matches. The Divas match was great. I really enjoyed the match between Finn Balor and Adrian Neville. I thought that was excellent. That was the match of the night in my opinion. And I'm really impressed with Finn Balor. I think that he is going to be a major star in WWE. He has the look, he has the entrance. To me, he's extremely marketable. You look at him, and back in the day when you would make CAW wrestlers, I remember my friends would always try to come up with this really cool-looking CAW. He'd have the face paint and the attire and everything. And Finn Balor fits that mold. He is like the dream CAW, like the coolest looking character you could possibly come up with. He just has a tremendous look. And of course the main event, I love the angle they did with Kevin Owens power bombing Sami Zayn over and over again until the referee finally stopped the match. So a title change due to referee stoppage. It's something different from the norm, and Kevin Owens looked really strong. And Sami Zayn looked really strong as a guy who took so much punishment and just kept going, and finally the referee had to stop it. One of those matches where both guys came in and looked stronger when the match was over. So definitely huge thumbs up. And I got this question here from Chris Mace 39628. Do you think it was the right timing for Kevin Owens to win the NXT title? He is a good wrestler, but I feel Sami Zayn should have had a longer run, at least won the first match against Owens and drop it later to Owens. Like I said, really enjoyed what they did with that match. And as I've talked about in previous videos, I had this feeling that Kevin Owens would win the title, especially if WWE is getting ready to have Sami Zayn on the main roster. It makes sense for him to lose the title. And I'm guessing we'll probably see one more match at least between these two. But, Kevin Owens just came into NXT. He's going to be around for a while. Let him carry the brand. And, I feel it's time. I feel it's time for Sami Zayn to go on the main WWE roster. I know some people out there aren't really thrilled with that idea because their mindset is WWE is going to somehow ruin him once he gets on the main roster. But, it's his time to shine. If he goes onto the main roster and has great matches, it's going to be similar to Daniel Bryan. The cream is going to rise to the top. And I'm confident he will do really well if he's given the opportunity on the main roster. And they just let him go out there and do his thing. He'll be fine. But it's his time. He needs to be on the main roster. And this one comes from Rami Full Dark. Wait a minute. I just scrolled too far. Now that Sasha Banks and Kevin Owens are the new champions, do you see Charlotte and Sami Zayn and maybe an Adrian Neville going to the main roster anytime soon? Well, I just talked about Zayn. Charlotte, she also should be on the main roster. I guess there's some sort of issue where, people in WWE are hesitating because Charlotte doesn't exactly have the supermodel look. But to me, you really need to do something to boost the Divas division and give it more credibility. And, maybe WWE's afraid that she'll show up on the main roster and outshine the other divas that they currently have, the Total Divas cast. But, if you're going to try to bring in these women and push them in the first place in NXT, then why not bring them to the main roster and better your Divas division? Just makes logical sense. She's extremely talented. She has it in her blood. Let her go on the main roster. And, Paige has done very well. So I think there's going to be a continuing trend The Divas division, if WWE wants to take it seriously, they certainly have some talented women that can add more credibility to the Divas division. So I think it's only a matter of time for Charlotte and Adrian Neville as well. He's done well in NXT. I think it's time to bring him up as well. Usually right after WrestleMania, we see a couple of NXT guys or developmental guys debut on the main roster. I think that those are the three that should be debuting after WrestleMania 31. All right, got this one here from Nick Lombardi 9. This is like the NXT edition of No DQ&A video here. Hey Aaron, what did you think of Rhino returning at the NXT tapings? What do you think his role is going to be going forward, either on NXT or on the main roster? Also, do you think that he'll have a match with Roman Reigns? Please answer in video. Well, first off, I believe that was just a one-time appearance. Maybe he'll be making more appearances. The whole point of him being there is to help work with some of the younger talent. I would be surprised if WWE brought him back as a main roster character. It could happen, but right now I think the odds are against that happening. That doesn't seem to be what his role is going to be in the future. And as far as putting him against Roman Reigns, no, I don't see WWE ever doing that, because then you're going to get all the comparisons and people are going to talk about how Rhino did the spear first before Roman Reigns, or the gore, excuse me. And, it's just going to get Roman Reigns booed by more people. Don't think WWE is going to do that. So, no, don't see that match taking place. All right, this one comes from The Heel Player. Were you surprised of the minimum boos that Daniel Bryan received on Raw when he said he would beat Roman Reigns? Do you think that this is a sign of people soon becoming hypocrites if Bryan is to beat Reigns at Fastlane, or am I just overanalyzing it? Well, we'll have to wait and see if this is a continuing trend. Now, not everybody hates Roman Reigns. There are, believe it or not, some Roman Reigns fans out there, and quite a few. So one would think that Daniel Bryan would get some boos every now and then, especially if he says something that comes off as arrogant. I think he said he was a better wrestler than Roman Reigns, and that got some boos. Sometimes when you act arrogant, in your babyface, people will boo you if they feel that you're being too cocky. But Roman Reigns has his fans, and I don't expect Daniel Bryan to get 100% of the cheers 100% of the time. But I think in most cases, he's going to get a much better reaction than Roman Reigns, especially at the pay-per-views when, the people in attendance tend to skew more of the hardcore fans. In those types of situations, you're almost certainly going to have a large majority cheering for Daniel Bryan. All right, this one comes from Raw is War 98. Hey, Aaron, at what point would you say John Cena started to become stale? I would say from late 2006 to 2007 when he had the long title reign. A lot of people out there would say he got stale in 2005 when shortly after he became champion. I would say he had some longevity with the character. I was fine with it for a while. I think I started to get sick of it personally around the summer of 2008. Whenever he started that feud with JBL where he called JBL Poopy and tagged his limousine, I think that was mid-2008. At that point, when WWE went PG, John Cena just became really stale because, before WWE went PG, John Cena was still coming out there and saying some edgy things and still had a little bit of an edge to him. It seemed like he really lost that edge once WWE went PG, and he just became the Make-A-Wish superhero of WWE. So by that point, I felt 2008 into 2009 was really when I was getting tired of John Cena, and it's just been the same. Every now and then, John Cena shows a little bit of an edge. When he did the freestyle raps on The Rock and, the stuff he said about Rusev, every now and then he has a little bit of an edge, but for the most part, it's just the same old hustle, loyalty, respect John Cena with the multi-colors and changing his gear every 3 or 4 months, and it's old. All right, this one comes from Jaden Kruger. Hey, Aaron, please answer in video. What do you think of Dean Ambrose getting pushed over Roman Reigns to be the next top guy? Dean is very good in the ring and on the mic and very unpredictable. He just needs new attire. Well, WWE's idea of giving him new attire is changing his tank top from white to gray, apparently. But yeah, Dean Ambrose 6 months ago could have stepped in. If WWE wanted to change plans, I think that would have been the right time, because 6 months ago, Dean Ambrose was red hot. Although I think he got that push because of the fact that Roman Reigns got hurt. Really, I feel that's the only reason that Dean got such a big push during that time period around Hell in a Cell. Clearly WWE has no plan for him to be a main event star. Based off of his loss at Hell in a Cell and losing to Bray Wyatt, WWE's not positioning him as a top guy or grooming him for the top spot. So I don't see him replacing Roman Reigns as the top guy. I think if WWE's going to push Roman Reigns and stop pushing him at some point, they're going to go with somebody else. They're either going to go with Daniel Bryan, or they're going to turn Roman Reigns heel and try to have him be the top heel. Dean Ambrose as a top face seems unlikely right now, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but there's no indication that things are going to change. And, there's other guys that WWE's looking at, but who knows? I mean, Dean Ambrose certainly has the potential to be a top star, with the mic skills, but, I don't know if the damage has already been done with him. That's the thing. All right, got one more question here from Randall Red. Hey, Aaron, do you think Brock Lesnar has been booked too strong? While it's definitely fun to watch, I don't buy into Reigns or Bryan beating him when he all but no-sold multiple AAs and curb stomps at the Rumble. I'll still watch, just me thinking. I don't think he's been booked strong enough, actually. I think that Brock Lesnar should have been defending the title every month. He should have ran through every single top star. He should have beaten Dean Ambrose in a match. He should have beaten Randy Orton in a match. They should have brought back Batista if Batista was available and put him in a match. They should have done 3 or 4 different pay-per-view matches where Brock Lesnar dominated all the top stars and just one by one destroys them until finally you have Roman Reigns step in and be the guy to finally beat the guy that beat The Undertaker, that beat Cena, that beat all these guys, and then you have your new top superstar. He is there. He is ready to go. So yeah, I think WWE could have done more Brock Lesnar. Definitely what they did at the Royal Rumble was a step in the right direction. I will give WWE credit for that. They made Brock Lesnar look like an absolute beast, and that's what they should do. They're paying that guy a boatload of money. He needs to be booked as strong as possible leading into WrestleMania. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQ&AW. Share this video with a friend on Facebook, Twitter, whatever website you go to. Have them check out NoDQ&A video. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the site and buying the t-shirts. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time.